We did think that was such a good idea. So ingenious and very entrepreneurial, Steve. So we thought maybe there was potential in that idea anyway, even if the sound was working perfectly well on your computer. That you might want to bring creative materials that we could respond to the music in shapes or colors and then use those, because we tried some visual experiments last time, didn't we? A couple of things to surprise you with, which we thought we might share you a little bit more of that. So in last week's session, I played Syrinx and I shared my little figurine. Let's see, you'll have to see how we organised her to be on a little plinth. We'll send you the video of that. But I don't know, I thought she might be Athena, but maybe she's a sort of nymph, like a muse of music. But she's rather lovely, and she came with a story of my having got her, little bronze figure from a village shop in Delphi in Greece. And so Hermione, you were keen to see some of the other parts of that set, because she was part of she was from the same maker of a man who's making these beautiful bronze chess sets with boards like this that caught my eye.
So this is my first time seeing this. We didn't do a rehearsal for this very reason.
To see it.
Oh, wow. So is that like indentations, these patterns?
I think it's etched.
It's etched. It's dippy downy, not goey uppy.
No, there's no actual dips. Well, it's slightly where he's sort of traced.
Yes, and those, of course, are the technical terms that I was using there, dippy downy and goey uppy.
It is a little bit dippy downy. Look at that. You can even see the computer all reflected in it. So
did you polish it, Caroline, for this? No, that's just how it is.
That's how it absolutely is. Yeah. It's such a beautiful thing. I mean, isn't it?
Oh, wow. You can see you. Yeah. I'm not able to spotlight you in this because it's just two of us. So I don't know if I pin you, whether that affects the recording or not.
I don't know, but it's a lovely thing, isn't it? And it does make us think that things could influence this space in your windows, because they don't have to be big. I mean, this is quite big, but they don't have to be big to be part of it. So I've organised a little installation here, covered up the books with a scarf so that I can put it up here. Can you see it there?
Yes. Sort of. It's magnificent.
Seamy, shadowy. It's probably not quite so visually great as I thought it might be, but I wanted to show you the chess pieces.
Yes. Look. Who have we got up first?
This.
Oh, wow.
These are the knights. So that's the pale set, and this is the black set.
Oh, wow.
So again, it's etched. It's oxidized bronze. So
they're beautiful.
Aren't they beautiful?
They're so beautiful. And you said they're quite heavy.
They are.
Each of these are quite heavy. Yeah.
They are.
Is there something that is comparable weight to it? Like something like a household something, or like, I don't know, if you were to compare it to something weight-wise. That's probably a bit...
I don't know. I've never been very good at that particular thing anyway. Look, here are the queens. I think...
Oh, wow.
Rather magnificent.
They really are.
And there's the black queen. They look quite friendly.
Yeah.
So well, they are. I'm just trying to think what's the sort of weight of them. They are definitely heavy, although they're small. They're definitely heavy. They're like if you had those weights that
Well, maybe we could do a guess the weight. Have you got any kitchen scales that you could? So maybe we could do a guess the weight. Do send in your kind of your guesstimates. Yeah.
Your guesstimations of the weight of these pieces. Which one should we do?
I don't know. Yes, those.
because that's rather visually beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So those are my chess pieces. I'll see if I can take a photograph. Oh, I was going to show you that the pawns.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the pawns.
Are these little sphinxes?
Oh, wow.
So it's got wings.
Yeah. It looks almost sort of like a fossil.
Yeah. It looks, I don't think it actually is because they're cast.
No.
But it does look like a sort of...
It has a sort of fossilized look, like you could have discovered it from the bottoms of the ocean.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's them. There's little warrior sphinxes.
Could I request to see a castle or a king?
This was the king. You saw him already.
I saw the king. That's right. I did. I was so busy thinking about kitchen scales. I didn't take him in properly.
Looking off into the distance.
Yeah.
His trident there. I think he must be
the trident.
Or something.
Yes, he's not. It's not a gardening fork because I was just like,
no,
is he?
It's not a pitchfork. The trident. Oh,
yes.
Honestly, get with the program.
It's entirely different.
Entirely different. Here's a.
Oh, okay.
Corinth.
Yeah.
And those are the rooks.
Wow.
They are beautiful. I mean, on the back of the board it says handmade by the man who made it, Georgios or something along those lines. Dimitri Georgios. His name's on the back.
So do you usually have it sort of out with all the pieces, or is it sort of...
No, I'm sad to say I have never had it out. Wow. I've got so little space.
Yeah.
I always mean to, but maybe I will try and create some space so it could be sitting outside, at least just to look at them and experience that. Such a beautiful little story of hope of them arriving after all of that time.
And I wonder if we have any chess players in our midst.
Maybe we do.
Yeah. So I've dabbled with chess, but I know quite a lot of people, my brother included, got really into it and would do, I can't remember which newspaper it is that does chess problems in it. Maybe it's not a newspaper, but there's sometimes it's kind of like there'll be a little problem, or like it's kind of how many moves, or what's the next thing to do to get to checkmate in this number of moves. It's like chess problems.
I see people, you notice what people are doing in the train. There's a lot more books than there's been for a while, and then there's a lot of people on phones but reading books. That's like me. That's what I'm normally doing. And then there are a great deal of puzzle doers. There's a lot of activity with pen in hand that's going on, crosswords and puzzles.
What's your puzzle of choice?
My puzzle of choice would be a quick crossword. I'm not very good at the slow ones, but I do the Wordle thing every day.
Oh, you do? I went through a stage of doing the Wordle every day. Maybe I should restart. I did enjoy it, but then I started to take it very personally if I didn't do very well. Or I'd see it as a bad omen. If I couldn't get the Wordle, which was not that often, but it's like if I couldn't get it in the goes aloud, then it was like it didn't bode well for the day.
It shows up on your record forever. So I'm on.
Yes.
I did have some sulking days when I first missed one. So now I'm actually. Then after that, I missed a whole handful. So now I'm only on 96% or something. So I don't always get it. But I thought, it's quite nice anyway. Usually it's a challenge, isn't it, to see how short a time you can see if you can guess the word. A lot depends on the opening gambit, I think.
I think so too.
A bit like us. Yeah. So the opening gambit today
was full of whimsy,
of handwritten messages, and what we might be able to do with that idea of created things that we could do in the moment, because we've been using our hands in this space, but we could also use things that you draw. There's no reason not to, and it's such a lovely sort of secret thing, because you can be doing something, we can't see it, and then you'll hold it up and it emerges. So maybe that's an idea worth playing with to see. We've got a whole load of photographs from the musicians who are going to be joining us in the next 2 sessions. So I know we've got lots from Anwen, who's coming in the last session, some pictures of different views from different places and the contrast between where she is when she's jogging herself, where she lives, and her sister who's traveling at the moment in the sort of opposite hemisphere. So there's some photographs to come from her. If you click on the link to the photo album, you'll find that they're already in there. We've added, as we showed you, the photographs from the front and the back of the bench remembrance and hope. And Samuel has sent an absolutely beautiful link to the site. I think that might be interesting to you, Michael, to see the engineering of it and how they've named all the people, all the team who are involved in making it. And there's lots of information about the tree and the cutting it down, and some beautiful little detail about when they cut down the tree, encountering some nails in the trunk that meant they had to sort of stop cutting it straight, and it sort of veered off in a V shape, which might link to the photograph of Derwentwater that we improvised music to, that Esther played a beautiful piece in there, conjuring up that environment that's so familiar to Christine and Graham.
And that's also just to clarify that we did some Sherlock Holmes investigations after the session to get to the bottom of where the location was, and we can confirm that it is Derwentwater, and that Christine was absolutely correct. Yes, they knew it.
Of that. It was only us that weren't totally sure.
Yeah, it has been verified.
So yes, you're perfectly right. So I guess there's not much more to say for today. Enjoy this little in-betweeny message. We thought that maybe you might have enjoyed the encore that we sent you from Wigmore, which was just something that kind of cropped up in the course of conversations during the week. And we wondered if you might be interested in us sending you other concerts and things that we came across online that might be watchable with a cup of tea in one of those calm moments in the afternoon on the sofa, like Leslie and Mike were talking about. So yes, we can add some of those in there as well. In the meantime, we usually tend to add you things that we've mentioned. So keep your contributions coming. We missed you, Martina. I guess your phone call lasted the whole of the time. And maybe Steve and Margot will be back in the country and both in the same place. And we'll look forward to seeing you, Greg, as well. We missed you last time.
Patricia.
And Patricia. Yes, it was so nice to see Patricia at the end of one of the meetings where she came and joined us and looked familiar with us. So I think our faces are starting to be warm and friendly to her. So I hope she'll join us for a little bit. And in the meantime, we send you all our best wishes for the rest of the week, and we'll see you on Friday.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Part two.
Part two. Which was to say... Which was to say that now that we have everybody's consent, Geraldine and Chris, that beautiful piece that you organised in the session before, the playful exploration with our hands in the windows and the improvisation that we made about that, connected to the stories in our hands, wasn't it? And tree rings inspired by those pictures that Samuel sent of all the rolls of scarves for Louis. Yes, we now have everybody's consent for that, so we can send it to you, and we can't wait to hear what you make of it. So that's the end of part two. See you on Friday.